Hey everybody, and welcome to the King of Shadows 1111 YouTube channel. This is Queen of Light 1111 here with your reading. I gotta tell you, I had to do this reading. I had to sit with it for a while. I had to change out decks because I was just like getting triggered by the masculine's energy. And so it was interesting, after I had to step away, I had to eat a banana, had to ground, and now I know, because if you are a feminine watching this, you are picking up on your masculine's traumatic time. We are in a new moon. It is a super moon, so things are very, very much heightened. And a new moon is also about banishing. It's about banishing negative energies. It's about banishing, what doesn't sit right. And after I had to pull the karmic cards or third party cards because I was like, what's going on? And sure enough, there are karmic cycles breaking, karmic patterns breaking. And that's probably what feminine is picking up on. If you're a feminine that's kind of struggling at this time and you're thinking back and you're like, is this my energy? And for some of you, it's not. It's your masculines. So if you guys want to book your own personal reading, coaching session, or healing session, go to queenoflight1111.com. And don't forget, join the Soul Circle. Link is in the description box. I am running a special for another 8 days, February special. Bottom of the deck for this whole thing, okay? For masculine, feminine, and the karmic thing. The karmic pattern, karmic situation. I'm using the same deck for the theme energy. And we have the King of Swords. I love it, because there is absolutely an energy here of power and of authority and of curiosity and expression. And it's really about looking at things right now from a place of wisdom. If you are a masculine and feminine, it doesn't even matter what energy you're connecting to, or if you're watching this for your outer counterpart, there is an energy that we're looking at our behavior from the old cycle with a fresh set of eyes, that from this new place of wisdom. So now we've acquired the skill, we've acquired the knowledge. It's time to move on to something new. It's time to move on to a new skill set. And for divine feminine, I'm going to do this by feminine, then masculine, then karmic, because if you don't want to listen to the karmic or the masculine, you could stop here. Okay, so let's go ahead and look. So this is for feminine. Tower card. King of Swords. Masculine. So she's in this energy where she's like, you know what? It's time to move on to something new. I have exhausted, I have learned everything I can from this masculine. I have learned everything that I can from this particular person, right? And now I just need to be done. I need to be done with this energy of, being too heavily in my emotions. I really feel like divine feminine is in this energy of really trying to get into her own wisdom, into her own power. And she's just in this energy where things have been stagnant for so long, and it's just like she's in this energy where, like, maybe this is all I'm going to learn from this dude. Like, maybe this is all that there's left to learn. And I need to start branching out and seeing what else is available to me as far as knowledge base is concerned. There is further ascension required, and I'm not going to sit around just here and waiting on what else this masculine is going to teach me. He's taught me enough about myself, or a lot about myself. I have ascended, I have healed, I have moved forward, I have dealt with these issues that he has mirrored or has reflected back to me. And now she's like, you know what, things need to end. This cycle needs to end. It needs to end. So let's go ahead and now look at her specific energies towards masculine. Okay, so divine feminine's energy, we have the Ace of Cups into the Two of Cups. So the Ace of Cups is all about filling up your own cup of love, right? The Ace of Cups is all about this energy of that holy grail, of that divine offer of love. Two of Cups is the energy of union, of that soul connection. And so for divine feminine, she's like, you know what, in this in-between stage, yeah, she's loved herself. There was this potential of love with masculine, but he was too in and out, not able to stand as a leader, not able to be in his power. And she's in this energy where I had a lot of faith. I took a leap of faith in this connection, but you know what? It's time to move on, Grasshopper. It's time to move on. And I don't know, who says that? Is that Yoda or I don't know. So what is she thinking when she thinks of the masculine, the moon card? You know, there's a lot of uncertainty when she thinks about masculine. She also feels like sometimes that there's still a mystery, that there's still some deception. And it makes her feel like, you know, it kind of screws with her confidence level a little bit. And she's like, I got to change this. He's in his own karmic cycle. I want to be done with my karmic cycle here and this karmic pattern. And she knows it's time to move on. And so when she's thinking about her masculine, she's like, you know what? I don't think he's single. I don't think he's in his confidence yet. And he's actually kind of derailing me at times from my own energy. And so I need to move on. I need to change this narrative. The cycle needs to end. So in her heart space, she's being very analytical. She's being very thoughtful. She's being very mature. And she's not rushing in. She's not communicating with him. She's not dying to, like, you know, have any closure. She's just like, you know what? In my heart, I love him. I will always love him, but I am being thoughtful about my future and what I need to do for me. And so in her environment, as related to masculine, there is this truth, there is this clarity, and she's ready to charge forward towards her destiny. Now, what I want to point out to you guys, we have the Knight of Wands, we have the Knight of Pentacles, and we have the Knight of Swords. What knight are we missing? The Knight of Cups. Okay? Because remember, the bottom of the deck is the King of Swords on the tower. She doesn't want to make emotional, irrational decisions. The Knight of Cups sometimes is like, oh, you know, I'm in this romantic energy, and, you know, let me do this, and yeah, and like, oh, pie in the sky. You know, it's that romantic energy. She's like, no, I'm making an energy, I'm making decisions based on being grounded, standing in my truth, and understanding that this masculine has been in and out. He's been in and out, and he hasn't been stepping into his power, and therefore I need to, you know, move on from a situation that keeps me stagnant, that keeps me in an old narrative, and I'm no longer growing. So Divine Feminine's very much in an energy where she's like, you know what? I need to keep growing. I need to keep growing. I need to keep moving, and I need to do what's right for me. So what is masculine's energy towards his feminine? So we see this King of Swords. It's about learning, right? It's about this energy of learning. It's about this energy of hold on one second, I'm so sorry. Okay, so it's this energy of, you know, like being in your power, being in this energy of wisdom, and now not repeating the same situation over and over again. So masculine's energy towards his feminine, Ten of Swords. He needs to end communication at this time or any movement forward until he is balanced, until he is in this energy where he feels better, he feels complete, he feels like he's in his independence, okay? So we have this Ten of Swords on the Eight of Wands with the Balance card, and this is what he's learned. He knows that he should not move forward with feminine until he is absolutely ready to change the narrative. Not like I got one foot in here and one foot in there. He's done that. Been there, done that. He's done that with her over and over again, and that's the old story. That's the old narrative. Maybe he's come back to feminine too soon sometimes, and therefore has repeated the same mistakes, the same deception, the same trickery, the same, lack of equality or reciprocity. And this time, now that he's in his power, so he says, he's in this energy where he's like, yeah, I'm not doing this again. I'm not doing this with feminine again. I'm not going to move forward. I'm not going to communicate with her until I'm ready, until the time is right, until I'm no longer, stuck in my crap. So what's his overall energy? What's his overall energy towards his divine feminine? Seven of Swords, headed in to the Eight of Swords. And so the Seven of Swords, you all know, right, is all about the energy of deception, right? Eight of Swords is all about the energy of feeling mentally imprisoned or trapped. But the Seven of Swords headed into the Eight of Swords is the card of, okay, like, let me try to, like, one last ray of hope to do what I feel like I want to do. Maybe I want to, like, continue to be mysterious again. And guess what? Hermit. He's using his inner guide that he wants this union with his feminine. And so therefore, no, I'm gonna let it be. He's stronger than his ego. He's stronger than his prior deception and his distortion. So his overall energy towards his feminine is, no, I'm not going to communicate with you. I'm not going to move this forward until I feel better. And his overall energy is saying exactly the same thing where, yeah, I could, be in my self-interest one more time. I could be in my energy of deception one more time but I'm looking at myself. I'm isolating myself because I know my union is with you. And so, no, I'm not going to deceive you. I'm not going to, like, try to court you or go out with you or see you until I am truly ready. I like that. I like it. But guess what? Feminine, keep detaching. What is he thinking when he thinks of his feminine Chariot card? He needs to balance out his shadow and his light. He needs to master both of those energies before he moves forward into union. But right now he knows he's caught up in a complicated circumstance. He is tied up. He's tangled up right now. And therefore he cannot move towards this union or this bliss that he knows that he will have with his feminine. In his heart space, there's so much regret. There's so much sadness that he is experiencing now that he's in his divine power, now that he's not distorted. He's seeing the crap that he's done. He's seeing how irresponsible he was. He is seeing how in and out he was. Knight of Wands. And this is exactly what feminine had. She's like, yeah, there was this potential with you, masculine, but you were in and out. You were not in your power, and I got to move on. And he's feeling that. He's like, in his heart space, he has regret and sadness now that he's in his divine power, that he was irresponsible. And he doesn't want to be irresponsible again. So what about his environment as related to feminine? Here's that Knight of Cups. The one knight that was missing shows up here in masculine's energy towards his feminine in his environment. He's following his heart, but guess what? Knight of Pentacles, and we got that for feminine inner heart space. He's in his heart. He wants to follow his heart, but he's being very thoughtful and methodical, and he's using his values. He's using this energy of principle and morals, whereas before, Seven of Swords, he didn't really have any. He was just serving himself. And now he's like, no, I want the Ten of Cups with my feminine. I want the Four of Wands with my feminine. I want to be the Emperor. I don't want to cheat her again. So now, this is the part where you guys can stop if you don't want to know about the karmic situation. So, what do we have? Bottom of the deck, King of Swords, old story, fresh eyes, new old wisdom, using that for this wisdom. And here we have the Nine of Cups, which is, I'm in my wisdom now. There's these wishes with the karmic crumbled. And now he is in this energy of stabilizing himself. And look at this with the Nine of Pentacles that was underneath the tower. So he's very much in this energy where he's working on his confidence. He's working on his independence. This is exactly what feminine was fearing here. Like, oh, maybe he's not single, right? Like, what the hell? I'm not going to do this again. And so here we have this energy of divine masculine towards the karmic or third party that, you know what? I am in my strength. I am in my wisdom. I am in my knowledge. I am holding up boundaries. And the things that I thought I wished for with you, no, it's devastation. We're crumbling it. It's not in alignment with who I am now, with all the work that I've done. He's in this energy where his his emotional fulfillment is here with the 10 of cups with feminine, and therefore if he was wishing for that with the karmic or a third party, that has now crumbled. Okay, that has now completely crumbled. And so it just very much feels like that third party karmic situation during this new moon, which is all about banishing, is over. And this is why we have the Tower on the King of Swords at the bottom of the deck for Divine Feminine. She's picking this up. It's throwing her off, and she's detaching from it, but she's really picking up on the end of this connection or this karmic cycle with masculine, right? Like he's finishing up this karmic connection, and he's trying to stabilize himself. So his energy towards the karmic, his overall energy towards the karmic is, look at this, 4 of Cups into the 5 of Cups. Where do we get the 5 of Cups? Right here in his heart space towards feminine. He's no longer open to this connection. All of it has spilled over. There's regret and there's sadness, but there's still this cup of love. There's still this potential reconciliation with this karmic. But there's truth and clarity. There's divine intervention, and he is stressed and he's having nightmares about this union with this karmic because he knows it doesn't sit right with his soul. So what does he think of when he's thinking about this karmic? That there is an exchange. There's some sort of monetary responsibility that he's stuck in that he has to release himself from. Okay? In his heart space towards the karmic, he's overwhelmed. He's burdened about moving forward with this karmic. But guess what? Destruction, tornado. He's breaking that down. Any burden, any responsibility to continue to move forward with this karmic is done. Tornado card. And remember, we got the Chariot here where he's like in his headspace, I want to move towards my feminine, but I'm caught up. But guess what? His energy towards the karmic, I'm cutting out of this self-imprisonment. I am ending movement forward. I'm relieving myself of this responsibility. And what is happening in the environment with this karmic for masculine, there's an assessment of the values, of his morality, of his commitments. And he is getting ready to relocate, to migrate. Because where does he want to move? Towards his divine feminine with his heart space. Oh my God, you can't make this up. Look at all the knights here. Any knights here? No, we only have the Chariot here. But the Chariot's got the tornado on top of it. So he's really in this energy of I'm not moving towards my feminine until I completely destruct and disassemble and get rid of this energy, this pattern, because I keep doing that with my feminine over and over again, and I'm not doing it anymore. I know my happiness is here. I know my union is here. I regret what I've done in the past. So I need to operate from a place of morals and ethics. And that means I'm not going to talk to her until I'm completely done with this drama, with this karmic pattern, with this karmic cycle. And it feels like it is because we have the Tower. We have the 9 of Swords, which is like super, super dark, anxious energy. We have the Scythe, which is the cutting out. We got the tornado on top of the Chariot. And then we have here, migration, moving on, moving on. So if your connection, if you're feminine watching this, if your connection with your counterpart's not moving forward right now, it's because there is this banishing that is happening here. If you guys want to book your own personal reading, coaching session, or healing session, go to queenoflight1111.com. Have a great day. Bye.